Audrey asked Dora for a chain, and they successfully stopped both spirits from attacking each other. Then, Audrey begged the two summoners to stop their fight. He also found out that the cat, Meow, was the summoner, and the cat girl was the summoned spirit. It remembered the first day they met. After that, Lewin yelled and wanted to take Meow, but Audrey refused and said that he would take care of it first until it fully recovered from its wounds. Lewin was about to approach them, but Dora blocked him. Because of this, Hannah could not do anything about it, so they decided to leave. When Audrey brought Meow out to his house, that was the moment that he understood better how animals became one of the summoners. Meow's familiar mentioned the summoner animals she knew who were mammoth, turtle, and skunk. Then she also mentioned her sibling whom she had been looking for a long time. While they were talking about her sibling, they did not know that he was already outside the house and watching them. The next afternoon, while Audrey was resting, someone suddenly visited them. When he opened the door, he saw strange creatures with the same face and outfits. He was told that their master was inviting him to his house. When Audrey refused, they immediately brought out different types of weapons to threaten him. Because of this, they had no other choice but to go with them and ride the helicopter. Then they were taken to a mansion and were welcomed by Hannah. As they were on their way to the mansion, they saw different types of summoned spirits who were working around the garden. As they continued walking, they did not know that a crow was watching their movements. When they entered the mansion, they saw a large statue of a woman that was said to be the legendary leader of the Watchers. As they were going up the stairs, Audrey heard a woman's voice, so he looked at the statue once again. When he stared at the statue's eyes, he was suddenly brought to a vast area. There he saw the woman who was standing next to a big tree and calling his name. She was waving at him, and when he was about to approach her, he was suddenly woken up by Dora's hand. Although confused about what happened, they continued to the room where Helen was waiting and learned that he was the summoner of the summoned spirits in the mansion and a well-known businessman too. But when Helen asked them to sit, they suddenly felt a strong force pulling them and made them sit down instantly. It was the moment that Alan began to explain the two classes of summoners, the first class endowed with the power of nature and maintaining balance in the world who are called the Watchers, while the other class of summoners were the ones who kill, start chaos, and try to conquer the whole world, called Destroyers. But what Audrey did not expect was when Helen mentioned about his past. The old man even knew about his decision in changing his hair color to hide its real appearance. Much to his surprise was the hidden photo of his parents in his wallet was also revealed by Holland, and he also said that it was not just a coincidence that just because of Raman he was able to summon Dora. Even Audrey did not know much about the origin of his parents and what they really were. So Helen asked him if he was not wondering about this and the connections of all that he mentioned to him. Dora suddenly joined the conversation and showed the contents of Audrey's wallet. When she brought out all its content, they saw a torn photograph of a young Audrey with yellow hair and his parents. Alan also spoke about Meow's sibling who was currently being chased as a wanted criminal for he was a member of the Destroyer Terror Assassination Squad. With this much knowledge that Alan shared with them, they were all dumbfounded. He offered them to stay in the mansion for the meantime so Audrey could get the answers to the questions in his mind. When Dora mentioned about Audrey's studies, Helen laughed and said that there was nothing to worry about it because he was their school principal. While they were eating, someone suddenly attacked them, so Helen immediately blocked it. Then they found out that it was a member of the Destroyers, which was a stone man. Helen fought it, and with his strength and speed, he always hit the enemy with his attacks. But the enemy unleashed great power, causing the upper part of the mansion to collapse. Holland ordered Hannah to leave the place with the others, and he also assigned her to protect Audrey when the enemy attacked. They quickly left the mansion. They were surprised to see that the entire area around the mansion was also destroyed. Another member of the Destroyers named Yong appeared too and took out the summoned spirits. In Hannah's anger, she immediately attacked Yong, but the enemy just avoided them all, released bombs to their location and attacked them as well. Meow saw her brother from a distance. The mansion's guards attacked his brother, but he quickly defeated them and even the mansion chef. Meow transformed into a cat girl to approach him, but she was also attacked by her brother. When Aji saw this, he immediately attacked Meow's brother, but there was another enemy that appeared named Manong. Before he could hit Meow's brother, he was surprised to find himself in another place and transformed into a spirit. He saw the big tree there again, and behind him was his mother who was hugging him. Suddenly the whole environment changed, and so did his mother's appearance. In reality, Dora was trying to wake him up, but he still would not go back to his senses. While at the top of the mansion, Holland continued to beat the stone man in their fight. Hannah also took out the giant tree, but Yong just easily dodged its attack. While in shock, another enemy named Himiko attacked her from behind, and this caused her to get a serious injury. It attacked her again, and because of Hannah's weakness, she could not stop it. Alan saw this and immediately came to Hannah's rescue and healed her. While Helen's two hands were occupied in healing Hannah, her opponent, Meow's brother, attacked, which Helen was unable to block, followed it with another attack and knocked Helen on its forehead. But after that, Alan released a great power, and a giant spirit came out. Meow's brother tried to attack it, but Holland's spirit just countered it with another attack with its great strength. All the things it passed through were destroyed. Meow's brother even managed to survive. After that, the leader of the enemies named Wang Xin appeared in the area and was immediately attacked by Holland, but Wang Xin easily blocked it. He just absorbed all Holland's power until he made him weaken. After that, he immediately stopped Helen. When the destroyers left the area, a large part of the mansion disappeared at the same time. After the destruction of the entire mansion, they first stayed at Aji's house, where they continued to treat Hannah and hoped to heal her. As Dora watched the news of what happened to the mansion, she could not hide her annoyance and wanted to take revenge on the enemies immediately. Meow entered the house and did not know what to do because her brother was now her enemy. Then Aji spoke. He knew that they could not defeat their opponents with their current strength. He needed to gather information about their enemies first and make a plan properly. He showed a video he found online showing the fight that took place in the mansion between Stoneman and Helen. He had a hunch that the person who took and uploaded the video might also be a summoner. He knew that the videos of the fight would help them get information about their attackers, so he planned to find this uploader. Since this year's book signing would be held on the same day, they would take advantage of this opportunity to meet this person. Together with Dora and Meow, they left the house to find the person that they were looking for, while Lewin was left to watch over Hannah. Meanwhile, the person they were looking for, named Stan, was about to go to the book signing venue. Using Stan's cell phone, it could activate the various devices it wanted to control. A few minutes after the start of Stan's book signing, Aji also arrived there. Aji pretended to buy Stan's comic book, but after he paid it, Stan recognized him immediately. Stan knew that Aji needed something from him. He even pointed out Dora and Meow who are hiding nearby. Then Aji asked him what his ability was, and it immediately replied that he was good at cell phones. But Dora and Meow were not surprised by this. They were surprised when Stan said that there were not only 5 but 7 members of the destroyers who attacked the mansion. Dora suddenly grabbed Stan's cell phone, and Stan taught her how to use it. Suddenly, the cell phone gave a warning, and Meow immediately noticed that there was an attack coming, so she grabbed the two and avoided it. Stan immediately seen on the cell phone that there was a group approaching them. Since Stan knew that he was the target of those enemies, he quickly ran away. Aji's group followed him because they needed him to get more information about the enemies. Then they noticed their pursuers, who turned out to be robots, quickly approached them, so Stan informed them to jump on the bridge, and when they did, Stan's car caught them. Using his cell phone, he was able to control the car. He knew that the robots were sent by the destroyers because of their logo. Then he said the reason why he was being targeted by them, and it was because he attempted to hack the destroyer's headquarters server. So Dora and Meow decided to retaliate against the attacks. When they tried to take down the mechanical spirits, those machines just avoided their attacks. Then Stan used electricity to attack one of them, which was quickly destroyed. As the remaining 3 mechanical spirits continued to attack them, Audrey created a holy shield, but they released missiles and aimed ahead of the road to destroy it. When the robots aimed at them, Stan managed to control a truck in the distance, which immediately drove towards the robot, but the other robots blew up the truck. From the scattered parts of the vehicle, Stan used these materials to form a robot and used it against the opponents. Since this robot was bigger and more powerful than the mechanical spirits, it quickly destroyed the enemies, but due to the leak in its fuel tank, it gradually caught fire and exploded, causing Stan to be thrown and fell to the ground. When they approached Stan, they found out that his hair was fake and that he was also a man. Though it was just a disguise, Audrey still offered him to work with them to defeat the destroyers. Then Stan took them to his high-tech car that he considered his home. He also showed them the map on a screen where the summoners could be found in specific locations. As time goes by, those with potential on becoming summoners turned red, which means that they had joined and became members of the destroyers. Stan also showed a file when the destroyers attacked the mansion of Helen. Then they saw that there were 7 members of destroyers in the area at the time of the attack. They also noticed that there were a lot of summoned spirits scattered in the mansion. In addition, Stan showed the data of the dates when the number of summoning phenomena started and drastically increased, and from that day when the destroyers had moved aggressively, it seemed that all the summoned spirits were suddenly awoken. Audrey remembered that this was also the day when Dora first appeared to him. They decided to return to the mansion of Holland, Stan.